on to our next presenter, Dr. Srinivas. I think he also does not need any introduction, and senior ear surgeon at Dr. M.M. Joshi Eye Hospital, Hubli, and he is director of research at M.M. Joshi Eye Hospital. Srini, can you start? Unmute yourself, Srini.
Thank you, Rupakda, for involving me in this interesting session. So I'll be just presenting a case of recurrent. This was a 62-year-old diabetic patient who underwent vitrectomy with membrane surgery for PDR. This was a pretty simple case, not a difficult one. And you can see I just tried to remove the prolif over the disc, and the surgery was pretty much completed. But he came 1 year later with a macular hole. And unfortunately, because of the lockdown and the COVID scenario, he had drop in vision from 6.9 to 6.60, and he delayed in coming up. And when I looked upon it, was probably because of the reproliferation which has happened here that has caused this hole. You can see here it was 700 micron in diameter with a basal diameter of 1,319. So when I tried to remove this membrane, I tried to do it unimanually. And while removing this membrane, I had a small vessel burst here. Then I thought, okay, I could stop it, but I didn't want it to cauterize it. Since it was very close to the macula, I used the PFCL and tried to increase the pressure in between for some time. He was one-eyed. I didn't want to take risk on increasing too high. Then I went ahead with a neurosensory graft. I don't have like what Dr. Rupak sir has the punch. So I just went ahead and make the blister and tried to peel it, cut it bimanually, and under the PFCL, I tried to place it. So after doing this, I could see the bleeding was slightly increasing. You can see your left-hand side, I was in between, juggling between 25 and 60, the pressure, it was not stopping. And finally, at the end, you can see there, I couldn't see where was the graft and blood, because the moment I tried to do anything to the blood, it would have enlarged the macular hole. It was so sticky that it could have enlarged. So I just left it like that, leave the blood like that. And I was hoping that at least it is centered, because the blood was so this thing, I couldn't see where was the macular hole in that case. But somehow I tried to place it and thought it that to be the center of the macular hole. I did a fluid air exchange. And then this was the pre-op, and this was the post-op 1 month. And final visual acuity in this patient who came very recently, I saw him from 660 improving to 6/9. And this is his fundus picture. And he's pretty much doing well, a single-eyed patient, a very happy patient.
Fantastic, fantastic surgery. Srinivas, I think sometimes God, helps you in some other way. So probably that bleeding also could have helped, in sticking that graft over that area.
That's what I brought it this for discussion. How much will really blood actually help it? Because we have seen separate cases where neurosensory graft also helps. Right. Some authors have reported blood also helps. Here it was a combo. So I don't know how to attribute what to this in this case.
But we can see the graft in your last OCT, the graft is in position. So probably the blood has actually hold it
Correct.
there.
Yeah. So I think Srinivas, both God and blood helped you.
And Dr. Srinivas, how much visual recovery do you attribute to the graft? Because in graft cases, we don't have that much, but where we use plasma and an ILM flap, recovery is better. Though my experience with graft is hardly any. I just want to ask that for...
I truly agree, sir. Sir, but if you ask me sincerely and honestly, I feel the results are now slightly better with the grafts. I feel these flaps are causing scarring. Inadvertently, I don't know, sir. Somehow they in most of
I agree.
Even though I don't touch it, they're somehow causing, because of course if you look into the literature also, it is probably because of the glial cell proliferation or the histiocytes or the fibrocytes. Probably it's all inflammatory cells which from the Muller cell foot processes which is trying to do that. It's a gliotic proliferation which is probably going to happen. But
So
this
if-
graft, once it integrates, sir, then I do see the good integration as well as
So if
good
you have a
integration.
800 micron, if you have a 800 micron or 1000 micron hole today, your first surgery will be a graft surgery straight away?
No, sir. I would rather go with the inverse ILM flap technique first, as much non-invasive as possible.
That's better.
In case I don't have any ILM inverse flap, then I go with the grafts.
Yeah, we'll take a quick comment from Dr. MPS. Sorry, Dr. Ajay, I will take your comment.
No, I just was going to mention what Shobit said, because this patient, the hole developed because of a localized proliferation and traction. So was it, would you have thought of releasing the traction which you did, allowing the hole to close, putting an ILM flap, and then going at a second stage is required for the neurosensory graft, or because you become so proficient with the neurosensory graft that you're wanting to do it immediately as a primary procedure have sort of shortened?
A good question, Ajay sir, but the hole size was more than 700 microns. So I don't think after peeling the fibrovascular proliferation, the hole could have closed. But of course, I did not try the free flap. Instead, I preferred using a neurosensory graft in this case.
So my quick comment here would be that, I think that this graft technique, I've done a few anatomical successes there, visual, not as much. But I think it should be for cases where you have failed with ILM peeling and then you don't have any option. Then that's a justified procedure. Here, I would just add that, perhaps that point where you pulled off that FP instead, if you had cut it with the scissors, you wouldn't have had that bleed in the first place. Then I think the bleed helped you in ultimately.
True.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick comment from Dr. MPS, sir.
No, regarding the clot, when the concept of ILM peeling was not there when we used to do macula hole, we used to actually tease out the macula, and if there was a clot, you were happy, because that actually used to act as a template for the hole to close. So this is before the concept of ILM peeling. So the clot does work like a template over which it grows, or a scaffold over which it grows as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.